Guys, welcome back to another current video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. So guys, this one is about KreekCraft almost died. 3, 2, 1, let's begin.
I almost died last night, IRL. That's not clickbait or exaggeration or anything like that. I actually almost died. There was a gas leak in my house, and if you know anything about gas leaks, you know that sometimes they explode. And I'm sure you've probably seen videos on the internet of houses exploding because of gas leaks. You see, right next to my office, which is the room that I'm in right now, there's a utility room. And if you're not from America, maybe you're not sure what a utility room is. It's basically the room in your house that holds things like your air conditioning unit, your furnace, your hot water tank, etc., etc. It's usually a really small room that they just throw all the important stuff in, so that way if there's a problem, everything's in one spot. And well, that utility room is also where I keep all of my networking stuff, my networking equipment, my Wi-Fi equipment, right? If there's ever an internet problem, I go into that room to solve it. I promise this is all going to tie together in a second. I just need to give you a little bit of context first. But basically, over the past month, I've been having a little bit of internet issues, and so the utility room is kind of a little bit of a mess right now. Some things are taken apart, some things are unscrewed, there's boxes everywhere. You get the idea. It probably looks like your bedroom. And well, the other day when I was leaving my office and walking by the utility room, I saw a little spider. Actually, it wasn't a little spider. It was actually a pretty big spider. Jump into the epic battles of...
Oh, okay.
By the utility room door. Now, I don't know about you guys. Some people don't mind spiders in their home. I'm not one of those people. You see, whenever I was a little kid, I tried letting a spider bite me so that I would become Spider-Man. Instead, I got a trip to the emergency room, and ever since then, I hate spiders. So I got the spider off the floor. I opened the utility room door, and that's when I saw there was another spider. In fact, there was an entire spider web up there in that room. And so I immediately did the super alpha male sigma chad gamer move, and I called the pest control company. Again, I promise this is going to all tie together. Just give me a second. Anyway, the pest control company said, sure, they'll come out and spray for some spiders. Not a big deal. They'll be out like next week. Now, there's a problem. And that problem is the pest control company is going to come spray for spiders in the utility room. But the utility room is kind of a mess right now because I have network equipment everywhere. So I decide I need to clean this up. I need to fix all the network equipment. I need to clean it up, and that way the pest control people can come spray. So last night, there I am in the utility room, you know, unscrewing, screwing, plugging things in, unplugging things for about like an hour. For the people that don't know, I have a giant network rack, so all my Wi-Fi equipment is on there that basically controls, you know, like the whole house. So I'm in there for like an hour working on it. My girlfriend comes down, and she says, "What's that smell?" And I'm like, "What smell? I don't smell anything." In fact, I'm a little stopped up right now. I don't smell anything. She's sniffing around. She can't believe I don't smell it. And anyway, another 30 minutes go by. I'm almost done working on this, right? She's like, "Ooh, I still really smell that. What is that smell? I don't know what it is." So I'm like, "Okay, well, let's sniff around." So we're sniffing around the room, right? I get to some pipes by the furnace. Right, by the heater. Strong gas smell right there, everywhere. As soon as I put my nose in that one area, boom, I smell it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's where it's coming from." But here's the problem, that's natural gas. That's gas. I guarantee you that's gas. And I'm like, oh, natural gas coming out of our furnace. That's probably not good. I don't know anything about any of this, but I'm pretty sure that's not good. Right? So I go, you know, I do the only thing I know how to do. I go to my computer, I Google it. The first thing it says on Google is, if you smell gas anywhere near your furnace, evacuate your home immediately. And I'm like, you know, it's probably Google exaggerating things, right? Because if you go on Google and you're like, "Oh, I have a headache, what's wrong with me?" Google's probably going to be like, "Well, guess what? You have a brain tumor." Probably just Google being Google, right? So I'm like, how about we call the gas company? I'm sure they can answer, right? Maybe it's normal for you to smell gas next to your furnace, right? I mean, probably not, but maybe. The only problem is it was like midnight, and of course the gas company's not open. But I called them, beep, 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 and, ring, brr, brr. They're like, press 1 if you have a gas emergency. Otherwise, call us back tomorrow. And I'm like, is this a gas emergency? I don't know. I'm gonna press 1 anyway, so I press 1. Bring, bring. Lady gets on the phone. She's like, tell me what the emergency is. Tell me what's going on. So I'm like explaining everything that I just explained to you. I'm telling this lady, and she stops me. She's like, sir, stop talking. And I'm like, okay, what? And she's like, put down your phone. Don't touch any electronic devices. Don't touch any light switches. You need to evacuate your home right now. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm ending this call. Someone is coming over right now to your house. Evacuate the house. Get all pets. Get everyone out. Evacuate the house. And she just hangs up on the spot. I put my phone down. I'm like, oh my God. Wait, what? Like, is my house going to explode? Like, what the heck? So I run. I get my girlfriend, get the dog. We run outside. I used the bathroom before we run outside because I really had to pee. But we run outside. I wasn't going to pee outside, right? So anyway, we go outside. 30 minutes later, here comes the gas company. Dude pulls up in a truck. He's got this giant, like, gas detector rod thing. He's holding it, right? He goes in the house. We're like waiting, what's going on? What's he gonna say? Anyway, he comes back. He's like, sir, come with me. I'm like, all right, what's going on? So I go in the house with him. He's got his little device, moving it around, detecting the gas, right? He walks in that utility room. Beep, 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 beep. It starts going off. I'm like, uh-oh. And he's like, look at this. So he walks over to the furnace. He takes the front panel off of, like, the furnace, right? As soon as he takes that panel off the furnace, bro, that little device, it just went beep. It was just loud, like maxing out. And I was like, oh, that's real bad. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go back outside. I'm sure you got this. If it explodes, I'm gonna go outside. So the dude goes around the whole house, making sure there's no other gas leaks. He turns off all the gas, etc., etc. 20 minutes later, he's like, okay, you can go back inside, but don't use the heater. Don't turn on, your gas, and call the furnace people as soon as you can so that this will get fixed, like ASAP. But other than that, have a nice night. Glad your house didn't explode. I'll see you guys later. Now here's the crazy part. Right? Few crazy things, actually. Number one, the reason why I didn't smell the gas, it wasn't because I was stuffy or my nose was stopped up, allergies or anything. It was actually because the utility room is right next to my office, and the gas was leaking in so slowly that I was getting used to the smell. So, like, by the time that it was kind of like everywhere, I was just used to the smell. I didn't even notice it. If my girlfriend hadn't come down, it may still be leaking right now. I would have never known because I would have never smelt it. Or, I guess if you want to go further back, if I would have never seen that spider, I would have never went in there to begin with. So I guess in a way that spider kind of saved my life. So thank you, spider. I appreciate that. Now, the other crazy thing, before he left, the gas company dude, he basically explained that the inside of the furnace was leaking gas. And the reason why we smelled it on the outside was because the furnace filled up with gas, and there was no other place for the gas to go except seeping out of the furnace. So by the time the dude got here, that furnace was full. And he was like, you haven't used your heater recently, right?
Morning. Any plan?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to wait. Phone.
And I'm like, no, it's been kind of hot. I haven't turned it on. He's like, that's good, because the entire inside of your furnace is filled with natural gas, highly flammable, and has been known to explode. In my head, I'm thinking, dude, if I would have turned that heater on, like, I don't know how long it's been leaking, but, like, if I would have turned that heater on, like, there's a very, very high chance that that thing exploded. That's crazy to think about. Not to mention the fact that for an entire hour, I was 2 feet away from a giant metal box of explosive natural gas. And for a whole hour, I was 2 feet away just unplugging, replugging. Oh, a battery? Let me plug that in. It could have exploded. And that is crazy. Now, luckily, everything's fine now. We were allowed to go back in the house once it dissipated and everything. So, like, we're good. The gas is currently turned off. We don't have gas right now, but I mean, that's fine. Better than blowing up. Now, I made this video, number one, because I'm a YouTuber, and I've always wanted to be able to use the title, I Almost Died, without it being clickbait. And this is my one opportunity to use it without it being clickbait, so I'm taking the opportunity. But number two, I learned the value the importance of gas detectors and gas alarms. And you can bet what I bought over the past weekend. I bought some gas detectors and I bought some gas alarms. Because moral of the story is, if I would have never went in that room, if my girlfriend had never came down, if I would have never saw that spider, it could still be leaking right now. And all it would have took is one spark, and potentially the house could have exploded. Like, my channel would have blown up. Like, that would have been, it would have literally blown up. Like, y'all thought I blew up during the piggy era? Oh no, I would have blown up even more. I'd be astronomical. I'd be the biggest Roblox YouTuber on the planet, because my channel would have blown up. But everything's fine. We're safe. I'm good. You know, I got a little bit of a headache from inhaling all the gas, apparently. But apparently that'll go away after a while, so that's good. That's the story of how I almost died. Have a great day.
Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. If you want to see more gaming content and more Roblox news, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, see you next time. Peace, everybody. And goodbye. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.